Hi, friends. Hi, and welcome to my favorite time of the week. It is the time for Ask Me Anything. This is our opportunity for me to come live, teach you the things that I am not just practicing, but I'm actually deploying on every single day. Thank you guys so much for asking your questions. We're going to dive into them right now. And as you are watching, please feel free to leave the questions so that we can have a real-time conversation and make sure that you feel completely supported as you are running your business. Okay, so the way this works is I answer the most frequently asked questions that have been upvoted. So it's purely democratic. I answer the questions that the audience wants to know. So the most upvoted question of the week is from Natalie. She asked, how many times should you reply to the same person on a comment from your post until you should take it to DM? Does Instagram penalize you from replying to someone having a conversation on your post in comments, or does it actually help your post reach? Okay, so Natalie, let's make sure that we're all on the same page and that Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and YouTube and Snapchat and TikTok, all of those platforms really love one thing. But since you're asking specifically about Instagram, I'm here to tell you that Instagram loves engagement. You will not be penalized for asking or having a conversation. I don't know if it will help you. Like when somebody leaves a comment and then you respond and they leave a comment and you guys are going back and forth, it definitely won't hurt you. But I don't know with 100% certainty if a prolonged conversation will help you. It doesn't hurt you though. So if anything, people like being able to watch other people's conversations, and I think it's a good thing. It positions your business in a really cool way for people to know like what you're talking about and following along with that conversation. So to me, that's scalable content, which I dig, because then other people can join that conversation and it triggers in the algorithm. Chrissy, this was upvoted 4 times, asked, embarrassed to ask, I stay away from ads manager. Boosting is just much easier, and I am working with small budgets of 50 to 100 a week. Boosting posts works well for some of my clients and not much for others. Am I missing out? Where do I start? I've tried ads before, but boosting always works better. What is the best CTA on ads and boosts? Mostly service-based industries. Okay, so let's get something very clear. Is that I have become a staunch proponent, and you will never have heard me say this otherwise. But if you are looking for the best investment when it comes to strategically marketing your business, Facebook ads is much better than Facebook boosting. But I get it. But boosting a post is so much easier. Boosting a post makes you feel better. Boosting a post is not as complicated as an ad. But just like anything else in your life, in your business, when you apply that same level of discipline to learn how to use it strategically, you reap bigger rewards. And so because I don't know exactly Chrissy's business, she says that boosting works better for her business. I want to know by what she means better. If by better you're saying you have more organic reach, I'm going to say possibly. But the way that I judge better is not by how many people are seeing the content I produce. It's by how much that content is turning a follower into a customer. And when you boost a post, you don't have a very clear way to measure whether or not people seeing the post is the same as somebody buying something or taking an action as a result of that post. So for me, when I run ads, I am making sure that I have pixeled the page. Now, I'm going to start using terminology, and if you're lost, don't worry. I'm going to add like a very helpful resource in a second, and don't worry, it's totally free. So when it comes to understanding the mechanisms of running ads, when you have a pixel, it is just a piece of code that you put on your blog, you put on your website, you put on your checkout page, and that indicates to Facebook that when you are running an ad, and it indicates from Instagram as well, is that when you're running an ad, there is a difference between somebody clicking on the ad, that's the cost per click, and then when somebody buys the thing you're selling, that's cost per conversion. Like, I want to know all of those analytics. For me, it's super, oh my God. Did you guys get a creep? Did you guys get a creep on the babes? Oh, she's just eating and she's going to be so, hi mama. Do you want to say hi?
Okay, she's about to eat though.
She's so grumpy. She looks like a grumpy old lady. She was about to eat. We totally interrupted her. I love you. We're actually going to be talking about her in a second. That was complete. Nice. That was a little unexpected. Okay, I told you, actually, we're going to talk about that in a second. Like, how much of my baby am I really going to be showing on social media? Like, that's a real conversation. That's coming up in a second because that was one of the most popular questions that was asked this week. So we're going to get into that in a second. But I got distracted. See what happens? You put a baby. You put a baby in my face and I'm going to get distracted. Okay, so we talk about the effectiveness and the efficacy of ads versus boosting. For me, I want to have clean data. And with boosting, you can have more people see your posts. But with ads, you have a very clear way of understanding who is actually taking an action on that post. Now, Chrissy had said, yeah, but ads are really overwhelming. They totally stress me out. And to that, I reply, you go to Google and you type in Facebook ads, training, tutorial, testing. You can find out so much information. Like, there are so many free trainings on YouTube on how to start a very simple ad. Now, the first time you rode a bike, it was hard. And the first time that you learned a second language, it was hard. And the first time that you went on a date with somebody, like, it's hard, right? The first time you do anything, it's hard. But good things come to those who will do things that other people won't. Let me repeat that again. Good things come to people who do things other people won't. So the reason why Instagram and Facebook ads are working so well right now is because very few people are using them. There's going to come a point in time where my business can no longer afford Facebook or Instagram ads because they're going to get so expensive. As soon as people start realizing how powerful these ads are, the costs are going to go up. It's just supply and demand. So if I were you, Chrissy, I would get in real deep, real hard, real fast. Let's dive into a couple of questions around this because this is a very hot topic. Ashley said, tell us how to run an ad. Oh no, boo-boo. No. That is above my pay grade. I believe that there are other people who could speak clearly to that. We do have Facebook ad and Instagram ad tutorials on the inside of Social Curator, but I have invited other people to teach those classes because they're so much more skilled. So if you're a curator, be sure to check out those resources. Tara Johnson said, what's the best way to launch a rebrand? Hang on one second. I want to make sure that right here, we're just talking about ads. Jenny says there's no such thing as too much baby. Okay. Carrie said Facebook ads versus Google ads. I actually like this question because in our last launch of Social Curator, I ran Facebook ads, I ran Instagram ads, and I ran Google ads. And it's more of like, so the way that it's clumped out, like ads, you have Facebook and Instagram because Facebook owns Instagram. And then you have Google and YouTube because Google owns YouTube. So I was testing ads on both of those platforms. And let me tell you, the cost per lead, that means how many people are actually signing up for my free class, was so small. Okay, I'm just going to be real. No. I actually just get into real numbers and statistics on the inside of Social Curator because sometimes I say things publicly and then people take it out of context and there's no way for me to follow up. So let's just use this in simple math. When we had our last launch and I was running ads to have people join me in a free masterclass, the cost for my Instagram and Facebook ads were X. And the cost for my Google YouTube ads were 37x. I was paying 37 times more on my Google and on my YouTube ads. And after 5 or 6 days of running what we call split test, how are my Facebook ads doing? How are my Google ads doing? I saw the Google numbers and I was like, oh my God. Like, oh my God, I am not running Google ads anymore. This is so expensive. I don't even know how they're going to convert. So what we did is we took the Google YouTube money and we put it towards Instagram and Facebook, but we had already acquired leads on Google and YouTube. So I treated those leads the same way I would treat any other lead because I said, now I want to track. At the end of the day, maybe I'm spending more on Google YouTube, but they're pre-qualified. They're more likely to buy the thing I'm selling. You guys, I have to say, we converted better from our Google and YouTube ads. Like, it was incredible. I was blown away. I totally thought we were going to lose money on the Google YouTube and we didn't. Like, we just didn't. I think it's a different game. I think that Google and YouTube ads work really well. Like, Social Curator is a very affordable product. It's $49. To run ads, like, for a $49 product or a $2,000 product, very different. Like, if I was having like a $2,000 like online course or something, I would 100% use Google and YouTube ads. Like, they were pretty dang incredible. Will I use them again? Yes. Will I be a lot more confident with them? Yes, but I will not put as much budget towards them because they're just so expensive on the outset. I hope that answer helped. Let's dive into this question that was upvoted 4 times from Wendy Della Rosa. Where and how do you get your personal social curator GIFs for Instagram stories? Okay, so as you guys know, I love GIFs. I think that they're powerful for your business. I use them all the time in my stories. And when I saw that people can get custom GIFs done, I was like, I want to do that. If you go to Giphy, or if you go to Instagram stories and you type in Jasmine Star, you'll find GIFs, not just of me, but you'll find social curator GIFs. And then starting next month, we're going to do a whole new batch of GIFs. So if you are a business owner and you would like to get them, we made a very helpful tutorial, how to create your own GIFs. You can find that at jasminestarblog.com. And right about now, we're dropping the link. Paige is going to drop the link to that blog post so that you can find out how you can do that, because it's actually a pretty considerable step-by-step, and I'd probably bore you to death answering that. Okay, let's go into Renee. Renee says, how is Luna Soul sleeping and how is the move going? I want to hear how you are doing. And I debated putting this question in here. I was like, I think I'm just going to pass it on out. And then Renee left another comment and she says, Jasmine, look how many times this question was upvoted. And then I was like, okay, if I stay true to who I am and what I know to do, I just say the most popular questions get answered, and then all of a sudden I'm not answering it. And I haven't been very vocal about my journey as a mom because my daughter, oh, I love saying that. My daughter is 5.5 weeks old. She was adopted, so we intercepted her when she was just under 2 weeks. So I've had my daughter 3.5 weeks in 100% of our care. And we got her in Las Vegas and we lived in Las Vegas for 2.5 weeks, and then we moved home. And I recently announced, as in yesterday, that we sold our house. Now, we sold our house. We bought a house that was not on the market. We were not expecting to buy a house. It was just this pocket listing, completely unexpected. But I knew in my heart that this was our house. Like, I walked through it and I was like, this is my house. So we put in an offer. It's never been on market. It was sold. And I said, the only way we can afford this house is we sell our house. We put our house on the market and it sold within 24 hours. And so I think that we were feeling super excited. And then 3 days later, we got the call that we were placed for adoption. And our world got flipped upside down. So we were in the middle of mortgage and we had notaries going to our hotel room in Las Vegas, and life was crazy and very overwhelming. And all of this was not on social. I didn't share anything on social. It was all very private because I was trying to process the enormity of it. But yesterday was the last day in the home that has served us so well for 4 years. It has become so much a part of us. This is us moving out. That's like the Instagram version. And this is the real life version of my husband trying to help me up while I'm carrying a baby. We take Luna and our first baby Polo everywhere with us. The other house has to be refurbished. So we are renting an apartment right now so we don't have to live in the middle of construction. So we bought a house, we sold a house, we adopted a baby, we moved into an apartment. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that's happening with our business. And I've been a mom for 3.5 weeks. And so people are like, well, how are you doing? And I'm like, there's so much going on that Brene Brown has said to talk about experiences from a scar, not a wound. Because a scar means that you went through something and you healed. And a wound is that it's open and you're still trying to process it. So I am going to say truth with a capital T, that I have never been happier in my life. There are so many things that are happening in my life that I don't think I'm properly processing everything. But I have never been happier. I'm wildly stressed. I have never been happier. I have never been happier in the middle of the day when I'm trying to get all this work done and I say, this has to get done by this time. And then I hear my daughter cooing. She makes the cutest sound. She'll go coo, coo. And I want just to be with her. So I get to cuddle with her and I get to kiss her and I get to put her asleep, and then I have to go back to work. So my schedule doesn't look like a schedule, but JD's schedule doesn't look like a schedule. We are saying next week our commitment is to get back to regularity. But as far as being a mom goes, Luna is an amazing sleeper. She's sleeping 8 to 10 hours a night. I know. People are so annoyed with me. I don't know. We just got a very good sleeper. We're already sleep training her. She's fantastic. She takes 2 to 3 hour naps during the day. It's absolutely incredible. Like I said, yesterday was the day that we moved out of our house, and Luna and Polo, there they are right there, have been nothing but champs. And just in case people are like, but Jasmine, we're so concerned about your hat collection. Is it making it with you to the apartment? And the answer is yes. Yes, it is. So as far as that goes, how is my heart? Amazing. How is my head? All over the place. That's just real talk. Tomorrow I am speaking, and never mind the fact that we've been traveling. I've been speaking at events. I'm speaking at another event tomorrow. But a couple weeks ago, I put out a podcast. No, I recorded the podcast before I actually had a baby. But I think God had me do that as a reminder, because I believe with all my heart that overwhelm is a choice. I can choose to be overwhelmed, and I can be negative, and I can be worried, and I can be like, why, God? Why did all this happen at once? Or I can choose to say, everything I am going through is preparing me for the thing that I had asked for. I am so wildly empathetic to other mothers now. I'm wildly empathetic to people who are just trying to keep their life together. I'm wildly empathetic to the struggle of not really having a firmly planted place. I'm so soft now to people's struggle that I can speak to people in a very different way. And for that, I am grateful. And yesterday I was talking to a friend, and a couple months ago, I said, maybe I'm not getting a child because I'm not going to be a good mom. Now, I know that was a total lie. I know that was a lie. But the truth of the matter became for me was that I needed Luna to teach me how to be a mom. I had to wait so long for her because I knew that she was our version of perfect, and she is going to be the person. I'm a student of her, and I couldn't be more thankful or excited for that. So let's get into Amber Gill said, that hat collection was definitely my concern. I know, Amber Gill, I got you. Kelly Gilster, you're amazing. If anyone can do it, you can. Kelly, love your guts. And congratulations on launching your amazing new business. So Kelly Gilster is a very popular videographer in Orange County, and her husband and business partner launched basically videography presets. They're presets, look at these filters that you can add to your videos that make them look so legit. I actually sent them to my videographer, and I was like, we have to buy these. They're so good. Brittany Hammond, can you tell us a few actionable steps to build an audience organically? Or do you recommend doing this via paid ads? Brittany, 99% of what I do to build an audience is organic. I'll say 98%. I am really only investing in serious ads when I'm in a promotional period. Brittany, if you've been around the block with me, I go live every week on Instagram. I go live every week on Facebook. I am posting every single day on Instagram, every single day on Facebook. I am blogging 3 times a week. I'm creating videos for YouTube. How to build an organic following happens with one main thing: consistency. Consistency teaches people when they can expect to hear from you, what they can expect to hear from you, and why they should expect to hear from you. Those 3 things will be a game changer as you build your following. But what happens, Brittany, and anybody else who's just like, but Jasmine, I'm trying, is that people quit when people aren't paying attention. But the only way you get attention is by not quitting. And I'm not talking about you have to show up for 2 weeks or 2 months or even 2 years. Building out an organic following takes years and years and years of consistency when nobody's paying attention. A professional photographer, a professional videographer, a professional jewelry maker, a professional speaker was once an amateur. So what is the difference between a professional and an amateur? The professional is an amateur who didn't give up. That's it. So anybody who wants to build an organic following has to do one thing: Show up again and again and again. And not show up to talk about, look how great I am. It's show up and say, how can my business help you? That's all you need to do for 5 years straight. Come rain, come shine, come positivity, come negativity, come your mama telling you should quit, to your dentist saying you got a cavity and a root canal and now you have to spend money that you're just like, where am I going to get that money? And you're like, that's coming out of my business fund and this is the thing that I was going to use for ads. I feel that and I know that and I have done that. So how do you build an organic following? You show up till you blow up. That's it. Like, there's literally no magic thing. Offer value, talk about them, show them the benefits, talk about your business in relation to how it helps them, not in relation to how you want to put money in your pocket, and you do it all day and twice on Sunday. That's just it. That's all I got. Like, there's legitimately no magic. People are like, oh, Jasmine has opinions about this, but it doesn't work anymore. Listen, I've been doing this for 13 years. And even if somebody's like, Jasmine doesn't know what she's talking about, Jasmine full of hot air, I'm just like, that's cool. You can have an opinion about me. Just watch what I do. Because if I ask you to do something that I'm not doing it, you better not do it. All I am asking people to do, again, if you've been here for a minute, you can testify. Can somebody testify? I say the same dang thing every single week. Packaged differently, in a different question, a different bow, but it's the same thing. I have been saying this since 2007. Out here trying to do my dang thing. Janelle says, I am getting spammers answering my Instagram polls and quizzes. Any ideas how to turn that around? Janelle, it's so awful. This is a bot. Like, people are paying bots to answer polls now just so that you can click. Do you remember back in Instagram stories called mass viewings? I did a video. You can go to my Facebook page or my YouTube channel and find the videos for mass viewings and like why everybody's stories, stopped. Like, people were saying, I used to get 1,000 views on my stories and now I'm getting 30. And I'm like, yeah, because there was like a bot. Like, there was an algorithm that just targeted random people. And what they want to do is, like, if they vote on your poll and you're like, oh, who's like BabaWeep2641, and you click on their profile, like, what they hope is that you click on their profile and you follow them because they voted on your poll. But it's so whack. It's so disingenuous. I'm totally against it. People are just trying to take shortcuts. It's ridiculous. But like, it specifically also, if you're adding hashtags to your stories, and even if you're not, but there's a higher likelihood of you getting spammed if you're adding hashtags to your stories because those bots, they target the hashtags. Trisha said, yes and amen. I am the queen of quitting when there are crickets. I need to take my crown off and get a new show up to you blow up crown. Okay, so Trisha, do you know that every week I come on Facebook Live and I do it for one person? Trisha, if you are the one person who was supposed to hear this, I do it for you and I honor you. I don't know where along the line social media has made us believe that we are entitled to people's engagement, questions, positivity. I am not entitled to you, Trisha. The fact that you're here means so much. I have worked 13 years to have you, Miss Trisha Hunter, appear here. But I was doing the same work in 2007, in 2008, in 2009, in 2010 when nobody was paying attention. And then all of a sudden, one person led to 2, and 2 led to 10, and 10 led to 50, and 50 led to 100. That's just how it works. So Trisha, I want you to dance with the crickets until the crickets become a whole swarm of them, and those are the people that lead you to the promised land. Ooh, I just made a little bit of a biblical allusion. If you didn't get it, don't worry. If you went to church, you're feeling me. All right, let's get into a question from Hillary Griffin. Funneling a free Facebook group the right way. Okay, so let's talk about this, friends. Okay. There are strategies that go back and forth as to, what are the best strategies when it comes to building out a Facebook group. And I'm going to say something that, like, it's just my truth. Now, remember, I could say, oh, your layered strategy should be start a post on your Facebook page and say, to learn more, go to my group. But like, people become very smart to that. Like, that's a tactic that a lot of people use. And to me, if you're building your business off tactics, people aren't going to trust you. So I'm going to say something that will probably ruffle a lot of feathers because people are like, wait, I don't want to do more work, but I'm just going to speak my truth. And here's how. I believe your Facebook page content has to be different than your Facebook group content. Because there's no reason why somebody would like your page and be a part of a group if it's the same thing. Like if you're talking about meal planning on your Facebook page and you're talking about more meal planning in your group, why would they be there? Like it's just like no, like if you're talking about life coaching on your page and you're talking about like, content and steps and you put that in the group or you put a variation in the group, it's like people are like, I'm just going to pick one or the other. And oftentimes it's the page because there's less commitment from a page. So how do you get somebody into your group? You offer something in a group that doesn't exist on the outside. So for instance, you're watching this live Q&A on my Facebook page and on a replay on YouTube. Probably I'll be sharing it via a link on Twitter as well. Probably if I feel like exporting it and uploading it to LinkedIn, I will too. So I am unafraid to be sharing really rich content, educational stuff that will transform your business because I know it infringes zero on my private Facebook group for Social Curator. Inside of the Social Curator Facebook group, we do coaching, accountability, in-depth tutorials. I provide marketing plans. We have productivity power hours. We have 3C calls. We have momentum boosters. All of those things are so different in the group. I don't do any of that outside. The reason why people invest in Social Curator is they're getting something so different on the inside that I can come out live and be like, we can talk all day. I'll do a Q&A. I'll do a Q&A to somebody talking to me on the corner. I won't do coaching. A productivity power hour is when we sit down and we go through social media captions and we write them together. It's like study hall. And here's the thing. People are like, is Jasmine selling me? No. Social Curator enrollment is closed right now. So I'm not selling you. I am just telling you by way of example how I've created distinctions and how we have a vibrant, thriving Facebook group. It's all unique. It's premium content, boo. It's premium. That's why I'm like a big fan. It's like, show up to your blow up, share what you know, and then work hard to provide ancillary different benefits and values to have somebody join you in the group. The group could be paid or not paid. It doesn't matter to me. But you gotta just create different type of content in order to incentivize. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. For those of you guys who contribute to the questions every week, I appreciate you. I'll see you. Thank you. And baby Luna sends her love. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good one.